Welcome to the Graig Farm, Llanfairwaterdine near Knighton, on Saturday the 9th of June 1990 for the Radnor YFC Rally. The host club is Knighton, and we're here at the Graig Farm by very kind permission of Mr and Mrs A.F. Bevan and family. Competitions start at 11 o'clock, and if all goes well, we should be finished soon after 5. The weather forecast, it's a little bit unsettled for today, but most of the competitions will be held indoors, but some of them do take place outside, so we may need our umbrellas. The Cookery Competition has just started.
The theme for this competition is the Royal Welsh Show. A team of 2 members, 1 boy and 1 girl, have to complete a picnic lunch for 2 people who are visiting the show. And in this they have to include a homemade drink. That's rather a small measure. I hope that's not the homemade drink. Well, the competitors have an hour to complete this competition. Are from Powell Club, and they're Amanda Davis and Paul Thomas. What's on your menu then, Amanda? I'm afraid I don't know the names of many people taking part today, but I do know that number 2 is Cantle Club, who everyone taking part here today, so that shouldn't be a problem for you. Back to the cookery competition again, and this young man from Dolly is chopping parsley, and it certainly looks hard work.
Number 5, the pair from Edu Valley.
Well, back at the cookery again, and here's the host club in action, competitor number 7 from Knighton. This young lady is competitor number 8, and she's from Llanfairwaterdine. Well, we now go on to the Poultry Trussing Competition. And the competitor there, number 9, is from Penny Bont. And this is Howard Nixon, who's from Powell Club. We now go on to the craft competition, and this is for competitors under 18 years old. And each member has to design a Royal Welsh promotional poster. Now they have to do 2 posters, and 1 has already been done and submitted to the judge. But today they are doing the 2nd poster, and they have an hour to do it in. Chase me after. We now move on to the Texel sheep judging, and this is for the under 16s. And competitor number 6 is Richard Evans from Powell. This young man is from Dolly Club. The young lad in the pen inspecting the ewes is competitor number 9 from Bont. And he's not very big, but he's certainly fit. It doesn't take long to get over those hurdles. In part. And this young man, I think, has left his writing pad at home.
The young lady from Edo Valley.
We're now on to the shearing competition for the seniors, and the chap in the green shirt is competitor number 11 from the Radnor Valley on the board, and then the sheep are also judged in the pen afterwards. And here we see competitor number 7, and he's the local lad from Knighton, and he looks to be doing a good job there. Back at the shearing competition, and this is Roger Powell from Cumverdy, and I think he's in Bont Club. We now move on to the Welsh Black cattle judging for the seniors, and each member has to place and give reasons on the 4 cattle in the ring here, handling, and then they have to give their reasons to the judge. Number 5 is from Edo Valley, number 8 Llanfairwaterdine, and number 9 there's from Bont.
Now we go over to the flower arranging, and the judge for this class is Mr John Mills from Bont.
There's HDV in the way, it's hurried down.
Well, here we see the judge in the poster competition at work. It's Colonel Desmond Evans from Llanfairwaterdine Wells. And this lady is Mrs. Sue Perkins, who's the judge of the cookery competition. And I don't think she'll want any lunch after she finishes her job here today. Well, we're now back to the flower arranging competition, and here's the judge in action. This is Mr. John Mills, who lives just outside Bont. We now move on to the sheep judging competition for the competitors under 18 years of age. And this competition is somewhat harder than the one that the juniors had, because now they have 8 sheep to judge, 4 Texels and 4 Elan Valley sheep. But the time is now extended to 30 minutes for viewing and handling, and then they have another 2 minutes to give their reasons to the judge. And there is the judge. He's Mr. Williams from, I think it's Llanfairwaterdine. This is competitor number 2 from Cantle, taking part in the scrapbook competition. Now, one member from each club has to compile a club scrapbook to include press cuttings, photographs and other details relating to the club from June 1989 to April 1990. Well, the books have been assessed prior to the rally here today, and they are now just adding the finishing touches to the books. And of course they'll be judged on
Right, the next 3 competitions goes on in 10 minutes time, class 20, Poultry.
How do you use these things? I think he's, you know.
I got the wrong end, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's straight apart from that bit goes in there.
Is it? Don't worry about it.
Randy.
Gives-
The Forestry Competition, and this year the theme is rustic child play equipment.
Oh, great. Go across the swing. Nail together. Do a circle. On that foot.
What are you making, Phil? What are you making?
Oh, swing.
What are you making then?
Cock up.
Bit of a swing and a kiddie's climbing frame.
Oh, climbing frame as well, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Try and go on out.
Looks very good.
Well, this is one of those competitions that always draws a good crowd. It's Dress the Bride, and a team of 2 members from each club are required to dress up their club leader as a bride, and they have to use wallpaper.
It really suits you. Mind what you're cutting now.
I want to be in one piece when I finish.
No, I want to get.
Why are you holding your stomach in, John?
In third position are Howie with 927 points.
We've got another 25 to go.
John, you haven't shaved under your hands.
Going to class 25 now, the Eland Valley.
Well, we're now back at the Dress the Bride. Word, don't some of these brides look, well, well, gorgeous. Look at that. And look at her as well. Our photographer today is Mr Ernie Husson, and I know he's an expert when it comes to photographing weddings, but I'll bet this is the first time that he's ever photographed 14 brides at once. And well, there we have the results, and in third place was Prestine, second was Knighton, and first was Dolly. But where was Penny Bond?
still.
This is the sheep judging competition for the intermediate class, and here again the competitors have to judge 8 sheep, 4 Elan Valley type sheep and 4 Texel sheep, and the time allowed is half an hour, and then they have 2 minutes to give their reasons to the judge.
The winner in the under-18s was James Thomas from Team Valley.
We'll have a look at the cattle judging competition for the under-16s.
It's not an easy to get things off.
At 29, black 13.
The farm bike event and a difficult obstacle course here.
This competitor is Stephen Bennett from Llanfairwaterdine, and he's going quite well. He's knocked a couple of obstacles over, but he should be doing well on time.
One of the members from Radnor Valley. And the second member from Radnor Valley.
We're now on to Class 30. This is the sheep judging competition for the seniors.
The intermediate class has been won by Hugh Jones from Roscoe.
This is Bo Peep, and she's one of the entrants in the soft toy competition. And the theme is a traditional story or lullaby. It's now time for the It's a Knockout competition, and a team of 4 competitors from each club, that's 2 boys and 2 girls, have to make their way along this rather difficult obstacle course. Well, we're watching Howie at the moment, and they're competing against Dolly.
The judges are Mr and Mrs Fred Bevan and Mr and Mrs John Davis.
The Forestry Competition is now over, and as you can see, this has become a play area for the children. Well, in 3rd place were Roscoe with his swing and a slide, and in 2nd place was this, what I thought was very good indeed, this little roundabout. And then in 1st place was Dolly with this swing arrangement, which again is very good, and of course is very popular with the children. This is the patch and peel competition, which is just getting underway, and 2 members from each club are taking part. And as you can see, one person has the job of sewing a patch on the rear end of the other competitor, while the other competitor is busy peeling potatoes. So if you're busy peeling potatoes, you don't want to move around too much. And then marks are awarded at the end of the competition for the quality of the stitching and also the weight of potatoes that have been peeled by the competitors. It's now back at the patch and peel competition, and Team Valley are still going well peeling potatoes, and so are Dolly. But I think most of the stitching has been completed. Well, as you can see, a lot of these competitors are really used to peeling potatoes. Now, I think they do it every night at home. The competitor here from Raider is going very well. I don't like the look of that potato, though. And you can see this young chap, he's been doing this for years, hasn't he? Oh, well, there's still some stitching going on here, so perhaps that's why he's not going so fast.
This is where the Mr Yfc.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce you to the members that are taking part in this one of the final competitions of the day, let me introduce you to our very, very good judges. And I must get the name right, it's Miss Jackie Richards. So take a bow, Jackie, come on.
And the other judge is Miss Philippa Davis from Brecon.
From Aberedo, ladies and gentlemen, Raymond Powell. Isn't he cool, man? You said last year you were wearing the chain of office. Now you're wearing this. I don't know which is the biggest outfit, actually. Which would you rather be wearing, actually?
I think I'd rather be wearing the chain of office, Esther.
You would. This pic of Radnorshire. Will you welcome from Cairo, David Price? Yay! Been on the beach and there's somebody out there in trouble, what would you do in that instance?
Well, I've seen one or two waving to me, and I usually wave back.
I presume, David, that's why you have got no life-saving medals. Whoa! Right, take a walk again, Philip. Come on. Look. Whoa. Whoa. Look at this.
Well, I would, but I think Mother could have something strong to say as I went out to the front door.
Well, that's a good answer there. Ladies and gentlemen, from Howie, Paul Thomas, come on. What do you think the YFC movement has done for you, Paul? I mean, rather than make a fool of you.
Well, I think it's made me a lot of friends, and it's made me grow up a lot. And
He can say that again. Well, one thing, if you can't float on that, you can take your hairy chest off. Ladies and gentlemen, from Knighton, Paul Davis. You're 22 years of age. You're growing up to be, and it said, do you think that this age limit, I mean, is too young, you know, to be dropped out of the competition? I mean, wouldn't you like to be doing this when you're 30? No. Well, that's a good one. Tell me, is there any particular reason why you don't like that cigarette?
Oh, this is Marlborough and I'm Benson and shit.
Llanfairwaterdine country. They must be very proud of him. We're proud of him here. Ladies and gentlemen, from Llanfairwaterdine, Richard Powell. Come on, put your hands together. Take another walk, you know. That was good. They liked that. Go on. Hey, rock on, Tommy. I like the string vest. Now then, Stephen, how old are you, Stephen?
13.
13. Married or single?
Single at the moment.
At the moment. Stand by. Yes, still. Now then, beach wear. Where the hell's the beach in the Penny Bond? Yeah, I mean, how often do you go down the beach, Stephen?
Hardly ever.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, from Penny Bond, their sex symbol, Stephen Jones. Give him a hand, come on. Is he cool? Oh, look at this. What a fine man, eh? Oh dear, oh dear. Do it. Now then, you're a young farmer, been a young farmer many times, a farmer yourself. I mean, do you think, Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, from Preston, Stephen Chilman. Well done, Stephen. The green wellies.
I don't go nowhere without my wellies.
You don't know it. You do it in wellies, do you?
Everywhere.
Now, to the question here, I mean, how did a good-looking fellow with such a fine body come to be? Do you mind? How did you come to be a young farmer? Did you? I mean, were you persuaded, or I mean, just because you were young in the area?
Like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Radnor Valley, Andrew Lloyd. Come here. Well done, Andrew. Look at this. Oh, look at it. Ooh. Sorry. A young farmer eating plenty of beef. Ladies and gentlemen, from Radnor, Ian Rees. He's so cool it'll take him half an hour to walk down this trail. Look at him. Whoa. Look at this. What did you think when do you think you letting yourself into something?
Well, I didn't really know what I was letting myself in for.
I mean, did you think now that you'll take up this professionally?
You must be joking.
Well, the way you came on, I thought, you wobbled real good. But now, as you go off, can you do another wiggle? Because, ladies and gentlemen, from Roscoe, we've got a very good man with much tan there, David Price. Give him a wiggle. There we go, David. Look at that. Oh, and look at the flashing glasses. Oh, my word. Yeah, you can. Oh, my word. Jonathan Rule. Now then. Oh, hey, you've got a real face underneath there. Yeah. Now then, did you enjoy that little walk down there to our very?
I've been looking for that the rest of my life. I'll remember it always.
You remember? Is this the best thing you've done in rally today?
No.
What else have you been doing in rally?
Rustic.
Rustic what?
Rustic thingy.
Well, we've changed now. So, as you were a twirl and walk off. From Team Valley, Jonathan Rule. Well done, Jonathan. Give him. get out of a lot of it as well. Hey, now, are you a sporting man? I mean,
Yeah, I do a bit, yeah.
what do you?
I'm a big supporter.
Of what?
Football.
Football. Who's going to win the World Cup?
Wales would have only the knack.
I could have bet that they wouldn't have won. So, I mean, do you play for anybody in that kit?
No, no one at all. I'm just a big supporter.
A big supporter, yeah. But tonight's the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the bookings will be taken here for Gareth Rees from Canto. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big hand. Well done. Canto's last man on he was. From Canto, Gareth Rees. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. What about a nice round of applause then? What a beautiful. Stay there, lads. Now then, this is the lovely part. Would you like to work?
And I can now give you the results of the Mr YFC competition. And in first place was Raymond Powell from Aberedo. And he's the young man on the end of the line here. There he is there. Second was Ian Rees from Raider. And third was David Price from Roscoe. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your day here at the Graig Farm. It has been a very enjoyable day. The weather hasn't been quite up to scratch, but this drop of rain has been very welcome for all us farmers. So it's goodbye from the Graig, and next year it's Aberedo. So